What?
What the hell is that?
Welcome to a video on how to get good at the BFN Rose. Perhaps the only time PopCap actually managed to successfully make her into a support character. Players who are able to master the art of sticking with your team will allow you to fully embrace a thankless role that is a support class. Let's get started. The BFN Rose is a support class whose primary is that of a magic erotic stick that has a set homing range. The erotic stick can home in on enemies from up to 45 meters away, has a fire rate of 200 rounds per minute, and has 20 ammo per clip before needing to take a 2-second reload. Each shot fired by the erotic stick can deal 12 damage for a normal hit, and albeit rarely, hit 14.4 damage for a critical hit. The erotic stick's projectiles are not affected by damage drop off, but because of the nature of Rose's weapon, it does mean that long-range combat will be rather difficult. Rose's first ability is Jinx, acquired by PopCap assassinating Necros when making BFN. Jinx causes Rose to fire a special projectile from her erotic stick that homes in on the nearest enemy and causes them to take 30% more damage from all sources for the next 9 seconds, which sets them up for a one-way ticket to destination absolutely fucked. The projectile also has a wide area of effect, meaning that it can't hit multiple enemies if they are next to the initial target hit. Once used, Jinx will go on a 9-second cooldown, making it effectively have no downtime if used efficiently. Rose's second ability is Goatify. This clearly knockoff Hanzo ultimate causes Rose to summon a massive fuck-off goat that sprints forward through all surfaces and walls, not giving a single shit about map geometry. Any enemies caught inside the massive goat will be turned into goats themselves for the next 8 seconds. The goats do not have access to any form of abilities and can only ram into you, making them effectively defenseless. Once used, Goatify goes on a 30-second cooldown. Rose's final ability is Arcane Enigma. If you thought Garden Warfare 2's Enigma was annoying as fuck, then oh boy, you have seen nothing, my friend, because not only does this shit have no cast time, it also grants a 50% speed boost to both herself and any allies within its radius, meaning that she can effectively use it to escape fights and bring in a horde of oaks to absolutely dominate the enemy team. The ability goes on a lengthy ass 60-second cooldown when used, but the cooldown can be reduced by being near allies when it's active, allowing you to gain it back sooner. In terms of strengths, Rose can very easily give the boosts a team needs in order for them to actually get their jobs done. Her Jinx ability can make beefier targets like All-Stars and Z-Mechs fall like flies, and the use of Arcane Enigma can allow for Oaks, who are normal very slow and immobile, to outright sprint across the map like it's another day at the office. However, Rose herself is very weak in terms of damage output, as whilst she may be able to have an easier time applying the damage, with it nearly taking 2 entire seconds just to kill an imp, it means that one-on-one duels will heavily be against you, especially against beefier targets like All-Stars or loaded stations, for they simply pose far too much health and firepower for you to take on by yourself. Now, in terms of upgrades, Rose has quite a few powerful upgrades that can significantly boost the potential of her support output. One example would be the photosynthesis upgrade, which grants 25 health upon vanquishing a jinxed enemy, which is essentially vampiric, except much better. Another great upgrade for Rose would be time snare, which causes enemies to become 45% slower and be unable to sprint for approximately 2.5 seconds. This can be useful for if there are many great threats at once, and Jinx isn't available for all of them. One last upgrade recommendation would be Combat Aura. Not for yourself however, since Rose doesn't benefit much from it outside of its stacking with Jinx. The upgrade will allow you to buff your allies and make them extremely powerful in terms of offensive power, and they will absolutely love you for it. Thanks to this guide, you are now the master of playing a role that less than 1% of the Earth's population plays, and can become the 1% of that 1% who actually knows how to carry the team to victory. Be sure to come back for the next episodes next week. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more shit like this. Have fun.